Hey everybody, Karen from Master Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So we are going to be talking to the Lead Team Collective about the GATE program and TAGs, Gifted Education Programs. Now, you're like, why are we talking about those? Because there's some controversy around them, all right? And what the programs were really intended to do. So we're going to talk about that. Now, you guys asked a bunch of questions regarding this. So I know there's interest in this. And I have 2 episodes actually. So what we're going to explore today are your questions, again, about GATE and TAGs, Gifted Education Programs. Many of you shared your own experiences from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, while others wondered whether there was more happening than simply providing advanced education. So these are for people who, were doing well academically. In part 2, we'll continue with your questions about who may have been behind these programs and whether any effects continue today. So let me just read a little bit because I needed this intro about the GATE and TAGs program. So the GATE program is Gifted and Talented Education. That's why it's GATE, Gifted and Talented Education. And TAGs is Talented and Gifted Programs. Were created to provide advanced educational opportunities for academically gifted students. While gifted education programs still exist today under a variety of names, which I find fascinating, many members of our community have questioned about some of the earlier programs and whether there may have been purposes beyond education. Those claims remain controversial, which is why we're exploring your questions today, allegedly and entertainment purposes only. Okay? All right, well, let's see what's going on with the GATE programs. All right, and tags. I never heard of tags, but so I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the Lead Team Collective, and only those of the highest and purest light, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, the Lead Team Collective, and our community, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, Lead Team. I'm really excited about this topic. Thank you for being here and partnering with us. So appreciative. So we've got questions regarding the GATE program and TAGs program. Is there anything in front of me that would not be at our highest and best? No? Okay. So this is a topic that you feel is worth us reviewing just to help us understand what's going on in the world? Yes? Okay. Is understanding information like this, is this actually helping us from a spiritual learning perspective? Yes. Okay. And does learning information, regardless of what we learn, I mean, maybe all positive, it may not, but if it's not positive, does that help us actually, does that lower our vibration over time to know these things? No. Does it actually help raise our vibration, having knowledge? Yes. Is that because we can become more sovereign in our, and not be, hoodwinked? Yes, we become a little bit more discerning. So the more discernment we have, and it's, it's okay if you don't have discernment, because I trust people. Like, I trust people until I can't trust them. It's just part of my personality type. It's my nature. But I am learning a little bit, to be a little bit more careful about that. But is that all designed that way to help us become just more sovereign and trusting ourselves? Like, we don't need to even trust or distrust anybody. It's just really about finding the answers within ourselves always. Is that really the ultimate goal? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, so question number 1. Again, these all come from the community here. when the original programs were set up, so both gate and tags, was it tags? Yeah, tags. Okay. Excuse me, a little whistle in my throat. Were they looking for brilliant minds that would be able to get through school quickly and work for the Department of Defense? Yes. Okay. So was there any other reason why these programs were set up? No. Son of a bitch. Again, I don't have a problem with that if they were just honest about it. It's like, well, I don't like this dishonesty stuff at all. Like, I think this is a part where humanity, and here's the thing, okay? The most important part of this is, for me, I just got triggered based on dishonesty from our government. So I need to look inside and say, why am I feeling triggered about that? What shadows do I have about that? Meaning, what other experiences have I had in my life that I got hurt from dishonesty? And I need to heal those still. Okay? So that's the whole point of us continuing to explore these conversations, is to ultimately heal ourselves from them. And then, because if we can do that, then maybe we can start being more truthful as a collective, So I just always want to bring us back to the whole purpose of having these kind of conversations. It's not just for, even though this is entertainment purpose, it's only entertainment. It really shouldn't be just for entertainment. Let's actually get something out of it, So how are you triggered? And I think, because if we can't get to a place inside of each of us where we heal the feelings of dishonesty and how that hurts us, and then also if you're dishonest about things in your own life, if we don't heal those things, we're just, the government's just a projection of how the rest of us are. So I may be mad about that, but they're just projecting who the rest of us are. So, anyways, just off of my little spiritual tangent. All right. Number 2, was the GATE program used to identify children with psychic or spiritual sensitivities? Yes. Well, I'm just going to ask right off the bat right now, do they continue to use it for that purpose, or programs like it? Yes. So beware your littles in your life. Okay? I guess that's another good reason for us to know. I mean, is this a good thing that they're doing this? No. Okay. So would you say that anyone who has littles in their lives, that people should use quite good discernment when it comes to this type of thing? Yes. And I don't blame anybody in the past whose kids were involved in who knew they were, because they weren't honest about it. They weren't honest. Yes, they're agreeing. Okay, were the children who went through Strangegate specifically? What? It's called Strangegate? Wow. Chosen because of soul level gifts, not just cognitive ones. Yes. What the heck? Strangegate? All right, hang on. I got to look that up. Okay, is Strangegate just a funny name that people have given the conspiracy theory? So it says, this is what AI says. People are likely talking about one of 2 distinct programs. The Stargate program, project, which is interesting, an actual CIA-backed psychic remote viewing operation. It was called the Stargate project. Or the viral modern conspiracy theory surrounding gate classes. Wow, so you guys are calling it Strangegate? It's funny. The viral Strangegate program conspiracy. On social media platforms like TikTok, there is a popular urban legend conspiracy theory suggesting that childhood gifted programs in public schools were actually CIA training experiments designed to identify and harness psychic abilities. The evidence. People share old worksheets with unusual puzzles, mentioning listening to audio through headphones, and recall taking ambiguous spatial tests. And then this is, of course, coming from AI. The reality, while some of these activities sound mysterious in retrospect, they were standard elementary school enrichment activities like IQ testing, logic puzzles, and basic hearing tests. The viral stories are largely a mix of normal childhood memories, media influence like Stranger Things, and internet lore. So, interesting. Okay. So was the GATE program used to, we did that one, but I want to go back to that Strangegate. Were the children who went through Strangegate specifically chosen because of soul level gifts, not just cognitive ones? Yes. Well, I'm assuming they weeded out those who they were looking for specifically, allegedly, with the soul level gifts, like not necessarily soul level, but like psychic ability type of thing. Yes. So they would send, well, let me ask, was Charlie Kirk one of these? Yes, because this whole thing came up because I became aware that Charlie Kirk, who I did not even know before he was unalived, but maybe I heard his name, but I wasn't aware of him. But that I think Candace Owens is looking into the GATE program, so we'll have to see if she comes up with anything about that. Whether you agree with her politically or religiously or whatever or not, she is an interesting journalist. Like she's digging into facts, which I appreciate. Because there ain't too many journalists that are on, there's, who else is doing that with that level of, precision. So, at least as far as I can see. Okay, let's see. And no, I don't agree with everything Candace says, if you're wondering about that. There are some things she does that, sometimes I listen to her. I just listened to her on a 4-hour, I was putzing around the house. I listened to her over a couple of days on Sean, what's Sean's last name? I don't know. I mean, I just didn't know who he was either, but I'll list the episode below if you want to take a look at it. But it's 4 hours. Actually, I think it's like 4 hours and 40 minutes. But, Candace, I mean, I can't say during that interview that I disagreed with anything too much of what she said. I thought she was extremely logical. Her and I are kind of on the same page. But there are some things she does on her show that's, when it comes to celebrities and whatever, it's a little weird to me, but whatever. Maybe she's changing her tune. I don't know. And she definitely, she admits when she's wrong, which I appreciate. I mean, let's just admit when we're wrong. We're all wrong from time to time, So she got that right. She's being, she's being a normal human being, in my opinion, but whatever. Don't diss me for having that opinion about her, but because I know she's quite controversial. So, okay. Did they include some kids because of psychic abilities or psychic bloodlines? Yes. Is there a connection between those in the GATE tags program and star beings? Oh, yes. For example, are we starseeds? I guess I don't really understand. So yes, we are starseeds. A lot of us here are starseeds. Would you, I mean, we got to do a whole separate video on that. I've done quite a few, but if most people who land themselves here and like hanging out here, would you consider them starseeds in one form or another? Palladian, Arcturian? Yes. Okay. Were these gifted people involved in creating new weapons? Yes. So let me just clarify. So there was a bunch of kids based on their IQ who went through this GATE tags program. and then they would separate them out after they were tested? Yes. Okay. So once they were separated out, some people just went back to normal, normal education, and some people were identified and moved and worked for the Department of Defense? Yes. Okay. Were some did some have to deal with MK Ultra? Yes. Great. Just great. I'm being sarcastic. Okay, so then these gifted people were involved in creating new weapons? Yes. Is there anything helpful that they used these highly intelligent kids for once they became adults? I mean, anything to help humanity? Yes. Okay. So, or was everything nefarious? No. Okay, let's just put that out there right now. Okay, would you say 50-50 helpful for humanity? Yes. Would you say 75% of what they did was helpful for humanity? Yes. Okay. So a little higher. A little higher. Well, that's good to know. That's very helpful. Were those involved in the GATE program, involved in creating experiments involving time travel? I'm going to assume that they probably were involved in all sorts of things. Yes. Is it correct to describe the difference between a gifted mind and a typical mind as the difference between a quantum computer and a standard computer? Wow. Yes. Oh, that's really good. That's very helpful. That's very helpful. Yeah. And I think personality type has something to do with it too, because if you're a big picture thinker versus a sensor in the Myers-Briggs, that's real different in terms of how you can see patterns. If you're a big picture person, a little bit better than those who are sensors. There's some real valid information when it comes to that kind of thing. So I've actually taught a Myers-Briggs class. I am Myers-Briggs certified only because I was in higher ed for 25 years and worked with college students with the Myers-Briggs. And I actually have a little class if you want to, I'll link it below if you want to check it out. So if you're curious about your personality type, it's kind of fun. It's fun to do. Okay, let's see. Is it correct? Okay, so that is interesting. The quantum computer and the standard computer. That is fascinating. Yes. Is there a connection between epi-type activities and the gate tags program? Okay, and under here I did read through the questions and I was like, well, I don't know what epi-type style. So I did ask for some context about this. So they're saying yes. So one community member remembered epi-style activities and wondered whether they were related to experiences. Oh, well, that didn't help me. Hang on. What are epi-style activities? One second. Okay, so epi-style usually references the famous syndicated advice columnists and Landers. Epi-style activities are candid, direct, and pragmatic responses to life dilemmas. They focus on giving honest, tough love advice, straightforward problem solving, and clear-headed social commentary. Okay, so somehow they were used in this gifted program. Okay, that's interesting. I learned so much by your guys' questions. All right. Were there different levels of the GATE and TAGS program? Yes. Okay, so then yeah, they would probably separate kids out in different levels. Did they just keep separating? Yes. That is freaky. Well, did parents know that the honest truth of why they were separating people out? No. See, I don't like that. I don't like it. I got to work on that. I got to work on that trigger. I don't like it. I mean, could they not have just been honest? If they could have been honest, maybe then people would at least have a choice. Yes. And then we wouldn't have a million conspiracy theories all over the place, which are turning out to be true. So, hello, let's just do things the honest way. They may take longer, but let's just be honest, And eventually, when we ascend to the 5D, you're just going to have to be honest anyways, because we are going to be able to read each other's auras. So you're going to know. So you might as well work on that now. Honesty, So, because you're not going to get away with it if you're going to ascend to the 5D. So, oh, yeah, you can tell I do not like that. I do not like that. As you can tell, I can't hide it here. Like, it is just one of my things. Like, I don't have a dishonest bone in my body. Maybe I do and I don't realize it, but I can't, I just can't even. Like, I can't even pretend here to be somebody I'm not, So, which is why you get kind of these goofy videos from me, which is different than a lot of people. Okay. And I'm always admitting stuff or whatever, Were students split up further within the program for specialization? Yes. Again, with their parents' awareness? No. Were all gifted programs used that way, or only the ones connected to the government or military? So were all gifted programs used this way initially? Yes. Okay, so yes, that was the whole point of them. What about today? Are all gifted programs used this way? No. Okay, so but some are still connected to the government or military? Yes. Today, if we're trying to discern and protect our littles, if we didn't want them going into, being used that way with the government or military, if it wasn't for good reasons, at least would we be able to know today? Yes and no. Okay, so just be careful. Yes, they're saying yes. When I said be careful, they just went yes. Really wide swing. Was the program ended? Yes. But it sounds like it's still going on in a different type of yes. Okay. Was it ended because it didn't produce the desired results? No. Was it ended because of a whistleblower? Yes. Okay. Did something else take its place? Yes. Okay. Is the something else that's taken its place, do people think it's a normal program just like the other ones? See, they're still not telling the truth. Yes. If we were in a gifted program that wasn't called GATE, should we be trying to figure out whether there are things we don't remember or things that harmed us? No. So they're saying no. So is there any benefit of trying to figure out things we can't remember? Is there any benefit to that? Yes and no. Okay. Let me clarify. So if somebody was in a program that wasn't GATE program, if they were in a GATE program, is it worth trying to figure out if something weird was going on or they just can't remember? Yes. But if they were in a program that wasn't just GATE, is that worth pursuing? No. So again, allegedly, and whatever feels good to you, you do what you need to do, Was deliberate harm intended towards the children who were selected? Yes. Let me clarify. Did they know they were going to bring harm to the children they selected? Yes. Did they do this with their conscience clear? Yes. Because they felt it was best for humanity? Is that kind of how they got around that? Yes. Okay. Did they intentionally traumatize children in that program? No. Did they erase memories for some people in that program? Yes. Did they erase memories at those in the first level of the program? No. Did they erase memories of those who were separated out and actually did do more work for the military? Yes. Were all kids in these programs being studied or surveilled? Yes. And for how long, somebody wants to know. Did it go on through the 2000s? Yes. Is it still going on? Yes. So, long time. Were the children who experienced the Strangegate events aware something was off at the time? No. No. Probably, I mean, why? You trust people, your parents approved it because they didn't know. So of course you're going to trust them, not your fault, not anybody's fault, not the parents' fault. Who knew this kind of stuff? I mean, I didn't, not until like a year and a half ago, understood that there was this kind of crap going on. All right. I mean, I always knew there was crap going on, but to the extent, no, not to this extent. Until I got on social media, started hearing the truth about stuff. Okay. And really what they've been telling us really is the important part for me, but okay. Is the pink drink story, I'll have to read about that, rooted in truth? Oh, yes. So several community members participating in gay programs remembered being served a pink colored drink. What? Yes. And wondered whether it was simply a snack. No. Or served another purpose. Oh, son of a gun. Yes. That is disgusting. Yes. The pink drink story. Yes. Ugh. Okay. Allegedly. Entertainment purposes only. Was there something being done with the pink drink that would serve humanity? Yes. In a positive way? Okay. Yes. Okay, so we're looking at both sides here. That's a song, looking at both sides now, right? Okay, so there was something in the pink drink that, would it serve the child though? No. Okay, but it did serve humanity. Okay. You'll have to help me clarify if you want to. Are there adults alive today who carry unresolved energetic damage from these experiences? Yes. And it's probably, I like how you said energetic, because sometimes, I mean, people don't even realize, So the energetic, so just some clearings around that, maybe some Reiki might help. Yes. Okay. Self-care. Yeah. Just shadow work. Yes. Okay. Were students removed? Okay. Is it enough just to say to your guides, remove any unresolved energetic damage from these experiences? In fact, we could do that with anything. Yes. Just verbalize it. We all have to verbalize it. When we start doing, you guys, our 30-day challenge is coming up. It's August 12th when I'm recording this. You may not see this till like August, 14th. No, July. Sorry, it's July 12th. You probably won't see this for a couple days. But August 1st, our 30-day challenge starts. So that would be a perfect thing to work with your guides on. To say out loud, like, help me resolve any of these unresolved energetic damage that I might have picked up from anything in my life. You know what I mean? And then let them do it, then just trust that they're doing it. Is it that easy, lead team? Yes, but we just have to ask. So let it be easy. Just ask and trust. That's how I like to see it. Just let it be easy. Just trust that it will be taken care of. So we're students. So I'm going to trust right now my spirit team to help me just release all my anger towards, people who lie. People who are not trustworthy, and just let go of that. So I don't carry that anymore, that energy. So it's enough to say that out loud. I'm going to trust that they're going to do that. I might work on that a little bit on the 30-day challenge. So, okay. Were students removed from the program for not conforming? Yes. Wonderful. Were those students then targeted for failure? No. Is it true that birthmarks, on the left forearms were placed there for tracking? What? Yes. So one community member asked about a claim they had heard that some children in the program shared birthmarks on their left forearms that were allegedly used for identification or tracking. What the actual hell? Can I go get my mug, please? What the hell? I need my what the hell mug. It's in our shop. What the hell? Like how I do my little advertising. Gotta get them out there every once in a while. Okay, yeah, that is just, what the hell? God, yes. Are they still tracking those of us who were in the Gate and Tags programs? Yes, allegedly. Okay. They're tracking all of us, you guys. Just, they have so much information. All right, we do have a part 2 of this. It's not going to come, I'm going to wait 3 or 4 days and we'll do a part 2. Okay, so part 2 is going to answer your questions about who is behind these programs and whether there's any effect continues today, which I think we've done that. But I'm sure you guys are going to have some more amazing questions that are not just related to that. And if I remember correctly, there are some personal questions we will answer in part 2 as well. Okay, very interesting. It's just one more layer of helping us use our own personal spiritual sovereignty and discernment, understanding how energy works, how the world works, so that we can just have a better experience and take care of ourselves and our friends and our family and humanity overall. So, all right. I hope this was helpful. Take care. Bye-bye.